Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Congregation Or
Shalom.
Tzion. The pandemic may keep us apart physically, but not spiritually. Our rich and wise tradition is forever reminding us that we have the power to bridge distances in order to heal one another. This is a Shabbat of comfort, of caring, and community. So let your body relax, let your soul be at ease. Listen, taste, feel, touch, and give thanks for your blessings. Together, we will seek the power of hope. Tomorrow morning, we'll have the pleasure of calling Grant Treaster to the Torah as a bar mitzvah, and Grant will be leading much of the service this evening. We're using the Kabbalat Shabbat booklet, which is available online from the synagogue website. And we're going to start with Shalom Aleichem on page 4.
All right. Shalom Ale. Wait, should I start? Or I don't know. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Chamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Chamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Chamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sichem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Chamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Thank you. Yedid Nefesh on page 5.
Yedid nefesh av harachaman, meshochav dach el ritzonah, yarut avda kemo ayam, ishtachave el mul hadara, ki yerav lo yediduta, vinofetzu v'chol ta'am, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, ya da dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, ya da dai. Hadur na eziv haolam, nafshi cholat ahavata, ana el narefana la, v'harot la noam ziva, az titchazek v'titrapeh, v'hayta la shivchat olam, yai nai nai nai, yai nai nai nai, ya da dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, ya da dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, ya da dai.
Page 8, Grant leads us in Lachuna Ranana.
Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Nechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Naria, Naria, let's soar ye shenu, nekad mafanaf betoda. Naria, Naria, let's soar ye shenu, bees me wrote Naria lo. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai.
Page 13, Grant, Romamu.
All right. It's
Page 19 for you, buddy.
yes. I haven't marked in the book, I think.
Fabulous.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho.
Page 17, we greet Shabbat with Lecha Dodi.
Beautifully done, Grant. You get to breathe. You get to sit down and breathe until Baruch Hu, which won't be for another few minutes. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat mekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat mekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemul tiferet v'li tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki hi mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Hey! Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech in melucha kumitzeim mitoch ha'afecha. Rav lach shevet be'emek habacha vehu yachamo alai chemla. Hey! Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Yaminu smol tifrotzi ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi. Hayad ish ben partzi ve'nismecha ve'nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai alalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam ובצולה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
The Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92, is on page 23. It's a great psalm for Thanksgiving. It says, it's good to give thanks to Adonai. Page 23.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון מכינות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן, מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. אדוני מלך גאות לבש, לבש אדוני עושית זר, אף תיכון תבל בל תימות, נכון כיסך מאז מעולם אתה. נעשו נהרות אדוני, נעשו נהרות כולם, יישאו נהרות תוך ים, מקולות מים רבים, אדירים משבריהם, אדיר במרום אדוני, עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
The mourners and those observing the yahrzeit of a loved one gather their memories and rise in body or in spirit for Mourner's Kaddish, page 25. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, ve'almadi v'rakirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye defol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv, v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Le'olam L'Olmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal Shemei Kusha Brichu. Le'ela Mikol Birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom b'romav, hu yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. It's my pleasure to greet Rabbi Sussman, who will say a few words to us.
Thank you, Rabbi Klatzker. Thank you so much for letting me give the Devar. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. As a kid, did you all learn that saying? The truth is, this statement is more of an aspirational goal than a reality. Words can damage, cause harm. Not physical hurt like a broken arm, but things like ridicule, rejection, social isolation can cause serious pain. This week, we read about Isaac's son, twins Jacob and Esau. They were two brothers who fought a lot. Torah tells us that they even struggled in their mother's womb. As they grew up, Esau was Ish Yodea Tza'id, Ish Sadeh, a man who knew how to hunt, a man of the field. He was an outdoors type of person. And Jacob was completely different. He was Ish Tam, Yoshev Elohim, an innocent, sitting in tents. So you had Esau, who was a strong man, strong, manly man, and you had one that liked to stay indoors and spend time with his mothers. These two had a lot of conflicts. When the time came, their father Isaac called for his firstborn, his favorite son Esau, to receive a blessing. It was a kind of will and testament at that time. So Isaac called Esau and told him to go hunting, to catch some game, cook it up, and bring him a stew, and Isaac will bless him. However, while Isaac is out hunting, his brother Jacob disguises himself and tricks their father into blessing him instead of Esau. Isaac tells Jacob, "You shall be a master over your brothers. Your mother's son shall bow down to you." Now think about that blessing. Your mother's son shall bow down to you. I don't have children, but I can tell you that is not good parenting. Making one of your kids bow down to the other is going to make for a very unpleasant Thanksgiving dinner. Esau enters just as Isaac is finishing talking. He realizes what his father has done and starts to wail. He begs his father to bless him. Isaac is very upset at what's happened, but he can only tell him, "Behold, I made your brother Jacob a master over you, and I gave him all of his brothers as servants." In other words, "Sorry, son, it's done." And Isaac passes away. Esau is not happy with the situation. He is enraged and plots to kill his brother as soon as their father Shiva has finished. Jacob learns of the plot, believes his brother is actually going to kill him, and flees for his life. "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words shall never hurt me." Is that true? Because in this week's portion, words are very hurtful. While exaggerated, this story of Esau and Jacob tells of a universal condition: jockeying for position and the power of words. Wherever people are together, there's jockeying for dominance. Don't get me wrong, the vast majority of people are loving and kind and wonderful. But there's always somebody or a small group who wants to dominate, who tries to elevate themselves over all the others. Sometimes people elevate themselves by merit. And sometimes it's through dominance behavior, ridicule, sarcasm, spreading rumors, bullying. Any school, any congregation has a bully. And I'm not just talking about Jewish congregations or American schools. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, the Jedi, North America, South America, Antarctica, every place has a bully. So how do we deal with these bullies? We find our answer in two teachings. One, we realize the age of divine prophecy is over. And two, we follow the golden rule. Tradition tells us that God communicated directly with humans. It started in the Garden of Eden and lasted until the last of the prophets, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. During the years Isaac blesses Jacob, it is assumed that words, that blessings had divine power. Predictions of the future were facts. The Talmud in the book of Sanhedrin tells us this is no longer the case. Today, words only have the power we give them. Let's assume our story happened today. When Father Isaac tells Esau, "Your brother will be master over you," Esau could simply say, No, you won't. And walk away. When someone tries to demean us, we don't have to respond. We don't have to be hurt. Mr. Brooks Gibbs teaches that the saying, "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me," is actually a coping skill. It's a way to stay calm and centered while being bullied. It's not an easy skill, but a powerful one. Remember, when you hear insulting things, you don't have to believe them and you don't have to get angry. So how should we respond when we're faced with hurtful words? Sanhedrin tells us that we no longer have prophecy, but we still hear the divine voice. What does that mean? I believe that every person has a moral compass, something in your gut which tells you right from wrong. You'll be able to sense the divine voice, identify the whisper of God when you hear it. The same section that declares the end of prophecy, that declares Hillel to speak with the whisper of God. One of Hillel's most famous sayings is, "What is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow." That is the whole of Torah. The Golden Rule teaches us how to deal with difficult people. When someone tries to hurt us, it is natural to want to hurt that person back. The Golden Rule says no. Treat that person how you want to be treated. Again, it isn't easy to be polite and respectful to someone who is hateful. "I think you're stupid." "Thank you for sharing." "You're not as good as your brother." "Thanks, Dad. Do you want more stew?" When we are kind to those who are mean to us, we change our story for the better. It completely confuses the mean person. They won't know how to react, and you can continue on with your day. We aren't kind because a mean person deserves it. We are kind because kindness frees us to live life on our own terms. My teacher, Rabbi Artson, would always end his talks with the phrase, "My blessing for you is this." So, my blessing for you this week is thus. May you remember that hurtful words have no power over you. May you have the strength to be kind to those who least deserve it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Sussman. Yasha Kokake. We appreciate your words. And now we invite Grant to lead us in Baruch Hu. Please rise in body or in spirit, page 28.
All right. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorah. Baruch Adonai Hamevorah, Hamevorah, Leolam Vaed. Hamevorah, Hamevorah, Leolam Vaed.
Don't go too far, Grant, because you'll be doing Shema Ve'ahavta in just a second.
Back.
But not yet. I've got to sing first. Umavir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai vekayam tamidim lo chaleinu leolam vaed baruch atah Adonai hama'ari v'aravim.
Page 30.
Wait, me first.
That's not me. Sorry.
Me first. It's okay. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha havta Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu uvkumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei toratecha, uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. Vavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Now, Grant, it's your turn.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, ve'chol levacha, uve'chol nafshecha, uve'chol meodecha. Ve'chayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha. Ve'shinatam levanecha, ve'tibar tabam, ve'shiftecha b'veitecha, uvleftecha vaderech, ushochbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, ve'chayula totafot beinenecha, uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
We continue to ourselves. Vayomer Adonai al Moshe lemor daber b'nei Adonai Elohechem emet. Emunah kol zot v'kayam aleinu ki Adonai aleinu zulato. Umalchuto v'ratzon kiblu alehem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lechanu shira b'simcha rabba ve'amru chulam Ya bye bye bim bim bam ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye bye bim bim bam ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam mi chamocha pailim Adonai mi chamocha ne'edad v'kodesh Nora tehilot o sefele Nora tehilot o sefele Mahal lechutecha ra'u vanecha Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze'eli anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Ya bye bye bim bim bam Ya bye 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 bim bam Bye bye bim bim bam ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam ya bye 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 ya bye 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 bim bam Ve'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai Ka'al Yisrael.
Page 39, we read together in English. Grant, O eternal God, that we may lie down at night in peace and raise us up in the morning renewed with strength. Spread over us the shelter of godly peace. Guide us with good counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from hatred and plague. Keep us from war, famine, and suffering. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful sovereign, give us refuge in the shadow of your godly wings. Guard our coming and our going, that now and always we have life and peace. Blessed is Adonai, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people, Israel and humanity, and over Jerusalem.
Amen.
Page 40, rise if you're able to. Grant leads us in Vishamru.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam. Oti leolam, oti leolam, veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam.
Page 41.
Beautifully done, Grant. Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala u'vizman kariv v'himru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach Le'alam u'lal me'almaya yitbarach ve'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam ve'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata tushbechata ve'nechemata ta'amiran ve'ama ve'imru amen.
The Whispered Amidah, pages 43 through 56, and feel free to add your own personal prayers and meditations.
תהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. מודים אנחנו לך.
Page 57.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. יין עין 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 עין. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיי מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו. כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, מעון הברכות. אל ההודעות, אדון אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג, זכר למעשה, למעשה בראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, סבנו מטובעך, ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, להנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו, באהבה וברצון, שבת קודשך, ינוחו בישראל, מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד דברה קידותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי חון ומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה. בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל סולטן והוד ההון דכו ישראל קודם אבוהון דמשמיא ואמרו Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimeru. Amen. Oh, se shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru. Amen.
Page 62, we offer a prayer for those in need of healing.
Mi shebeira avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Page 63, Grant leads us in Aleinu. We rise in body or in spirit.
Alenu leshabeach la'adon hakol la'tate gedu la'leotzer breshit shelo asanu kigoye ha'aratzot shelo samanu kimishbechot ha'adaman shelo sam chelkenu kachem v'goralenu kechol hamonam va'anachnu korim umishmachadim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu iye Adonai echad ushemo echad.
Thank you, Grant. This week, the congregation marks the following yahrzeits. We remember Ilse Scharning, the mother of Annette Kanchapolsky. Mark Strickhartz, the husband of Zadel Strickhartz, father of Rob Strickhartz. Mary Cooper, mother of Selma Levin, grandmother of Elizabeth Levin and Denny Lieber, great-grandmother of Amy Lieber. Paula Karchmer, mother of Harvey Karchmer. Abe Finkelstein, father of Sandra Trepper Finkelstein. Jack Ross, uncle of Mitchell Ross. Sarah Elberg, mother of Eileen Gross. Herbert Silberman, brother of Alan Silberman. May Padway, mother of Stephen Padway, grandmother of Melissa Wiegand. Marcia Amir, mother of Toby Fox. Moshe Rolnick, grandfather of Barbara Mark Dreyfus. Alice Flomp, mother of Rita Schlosser. Donna Groper, sister of Alan Zell. Gene Freitas, husband of Alice Freitas. Pearl Bacall, mother of Edward Bacall. Sylvia Solomon, mother of Carla Bankendorf. Alice Sims, sister of Harvey Kaplan. Ava Bartos, mother of Judith Wagman. Harry Goldstein, father of Bernard Goldstein, grandfather of Julie Cohen and Steve Goldstein. Molly Levy, mother of Marilyn Fuller. Rosita Rabinovitz, mother of Gary Schindler. Sylvia Fogel, grandmother of Brad Chernow. Clara Lupian, mother of Carolyn Krauss. George Lewis, father of Carol Abrams. Harry Silverstein, father of Norman Schutzbank. Hyman Henry Polson, father of Roberta Wall, grandfather of Jana Zinman. Ida Jacobson, mother of Myra Gutentag. Linda Breyer, mother of Sherry Kravitz. Max Levine, father of Nisha Chernimus. And Raphael Minarski, the grandfather of Judy Syrup. May the threads of memory be woven into the fabric of your lives and bring healing to you. The mourners and those observing the yahrzeit of a loved one turn to page 66 and rise for Mourner's Cottage. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'alma divara kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam le'omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. It's my pleasure to call upon Frank Jacobson, who will make some announcements and also a presentation to Grant. So pay attention, Grant.
Thank you, Rabbi Klatzker, for the service or leading services tonight. For Kenna Rubenstein, thank you so much for your beautiful music. Again, I've said this before. I can't wait to get back so we can all sing together. You know, it's this isolation that's just, it's so frustrating. And you lead us so beautifully. Thank you. And Rabbi Sussman, thank you for your Devar this evening. Beautiful words, something to really think about. Indeed, those of us particularly that have brothers and how we grew up. But I'm sure with sisters as well, but I only knew brothers. So thank you so much. And Grant, what confidence. Mazel tov to you and your family. I'm sure tomorrow is going to be a beautiful, wonderful simcha. I wish you all the best. And what we traditionally do here at Or Tzion on behalf of the board and the congregation is we present you with gifts. So you have to imagine that I'm presenting you with a bag of gifts. There you are. You've got your gifts right there. And let me tell you what's in there. You don't have to open it up right now, but you've got a wine cup from the men's club. I'm sure it'll be something that you'll want to use every Friday night with your family and Saturday for Kiddush. There is a gift from the Jewish National Fund. It's a certificate showing that a tree was planted in Israel in your name. And, you know, when you go to Israel the next time, you'll look for that tree. We all have done that, so I'm sure that you'll find yours over there as well. A free event to USY. There's a certificate in there from the youth department. The Women's League has provided you with a tzedakah box. So I hope that you will continue to give tzedakah. And one of the other things about there, one of my favorite things in here is the B'nai Tzedek Youth Philanthropy Certificate, which has seed money in it in your name to use in your philanthropic fund to give to organizations that you feel passionate about. So I hope that you will start that now and continue it through your life here in that fund. It's a wonderful way to provide philanthropic gifts to those organizations you most love. And there's a book there from the Jewish Federation titled Israel Matters. So again, Mazel Tov to you, and we'll look forward to the bar mitzvah tomorrow. And when you'll get also a presentation of your certificate of bar mitzvah at that time, after you make the completion of that and you're called up to the Torah. I want to thank Scott Wiggin for your incredible technical services. As always, Scott, thank you so much for your assistance tonight and always. I want to remind the congregation to please join us tomorrow at 9:30 on our live stream for the Shabbat morning service, where Grant Treister will become bar mitzvah. And then I want to remind those of you to join us on Thanksgiving morning, on Thursday morning, for our regular minyan for Thursday morning, but it'll begin at 9:30, as we do on holidays throughout the year. Instead of our 7:30 start, 9:30 start, so you have a couple more hours of sleep. Our synagogue office, although technically closed because of COVID right now anyway, but it is closed for the holidays of Thanksgiving and Shabbat on this Thursday and Friday. We would like to suggest you check the weekly e-bulletin, which has all the information about programs and services and times and calendar of events. There's a lot going on at Tzion. We couldn't be more happy and excited about all these events. To call out a couple things, there's a fundraiser coming up with Kendra Scott Jewelry holding their Kendra Gives Back event. It's only 48 hours. It's a time to get your gifts for your loved ones. From November 30th to December the 1st, where 20% of the proceeds will be donated back to Congregation Tzion. And you can find the discount code in the e-bulletin, which you should have received yesterday. The recipes are pouring in for our cookbook. So if you have a favorite recipe, especially with Hanukkah just around the corner, please share your family's favorite latkes, applesauces, and sufganiyot recipes to be included in our cookbook. All the recipes will be tested before inclusion. I want to take presidential privilege on this and ask that I be a part of that tasting. I'm sure that'll be a great day or two of eating. So don't miss out in being included in our cookbook. Please check out the immense number of adult education opportunities. We put a calendar on our website. We've got all of our clergy, our 3 clergy members are teaching, plus we've got opportunities from JTS and Ziegler School faculty. It's an incredible array. And of course, Valley Beit Midrash, which we are a sponsor of that program locally. I want to wish everybody a healthy, safe, and happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe. But enjoy the holiday as best we can during this pandemic. Please check out our website and e-bulletin for more details. And again, to everybody, a Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Grant's going to lead us in Kiddush.
Are we supposed to get this one?
And your family all just walked away from you. Grant, do you have a Kiddush cup over there?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, do I drink this after I say B'rei Peri Hagafen?
No, you have to wait till you finish the entire page.
Oh, okay.
And then you get the reward of drinking it.
Yes, it's going to be so tasty.
Baruch atah Adonai. When you're welcome. When you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Peri Hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hin hilanu zigaron le'amase bereshit ki hu yom tehila. Wait, that's so hard to see.
Lemikra'e.
Lemikra'e kodesh zecher litzit mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'avanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ava uvratzonecha hin hilanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Sorry, I had to
Amen. Now you get to drink that juice as your reward. And with that, we'll join Grant and his family tomorrow morning at 9:30. Be sure to join us. Thank you for davening with Or Tzion this evening. And with that, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov, Grant. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bim, bitty 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 bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov, Treesters. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shake it so tall. Shabbat Shalom. We love you, Sam. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Umevorach. Shabbat Shalom.